Hello and welcome to the presentation on Link Management System, Managing the Links of Recorded Classes. This presentation will be given by Gangadhar Kulam, Varun Joshi and Jyoti Prasad Patil. So now without wasting much time, let's dive into the presentation. The problem statement. We all know that since the pandemic has begun, our classes have been shifted to online platforms. We record these sessions for future reference but are not able to maintain the links of the same, which mostly results in chaos. The solution: creating a web-based application which will store all the links of the recorded classes as and when uploaded by the teacher. The functional requirements of our system will be as follows: database for each teacher's login, enabling the teacher to add the links, allowing the teacher to delete the links in case of discrepancies, enabling the students to access the links, sending notifications if updates are turned on by the students, and not enabling the students to manipulate the links. Here are some of the non-functional requirements that we have tried to focus on. They are as follows: that the application should be able to handle at least a minimum of 500 people on the application at a particular time. It should be scalable, that is, it should be possible to increase the application's functioning to a larger scale. The software should be portable, that is, moving from one OS to another should be quite easier. Teachers should change the initially assigned password immediately after the first login. The entity relationship diagram, or the ER diagram. An ER diagram is a type of UML diagram which describes the structure of a database with the help of diagram which has entities, attributes and relations. So let us take a look at the ER diagram of link management system. Here we have three entities, that is teacher, students and link. Teacher with the attributes of subject, password and username. Link with attributes such as subject, date and platform. Whereas students with only just two attributes, class and subject. Here teacher teaches students and students access link, whereas teacher uploads the links. Use case diagrams. It represents the external user's interaction with the link management system that shows the relationship between the user and the different use cases or functionalities in which the user is involved. The main actors of the link management system are as follows: the system administrator, teachers and students. Let us take a look at the use cases for teachers, which are registration, login, uploading or deleting links, adding description, whereas there is only one use case for student, which is accessing or viewing links. The next one is use cases for admin, which mainly remains same as that of teachers and includes maintenance and some super user privileges. Now let us take a look at the use case diagram. The use case diagram is a type of UML diagram which gives us a much more clearer idea about the rules of each actor. The teacher has use cases such as registration, login and uploading or deleting links. Same holds with system administrator, but the teacher has one extra use case of adding description. The student has just one use case, which is accessing links. Let us take a look at the activity diagram. Activity diagram is basically a flow chart to represent the flow from one activity to another activity. The activity can be described as an operation of the system. The control flow is drawn from one operation to another. This flow can be sequential, branched, or concurrent. Here is the activity diagram for student. Student just has one operation, that is accessing links through which the student will be redirected to third-party applications such as either YouTube or Google Drive. Activity diagram for the teacher. Teachers will have to register at the start and then have to log in each time to add new links. Once the validation is done, teachers can add or delete the links. Next one, teachers can add descriptions for the links. The description can contain things like the concepts covered in that class and the date. Here is the activity diagram for teacher. A teacher tries first registers. If he is already registered, then he will be asked to log in, where else he will be asked to register. He then tries to log in. If the credentials are correct, then he is redirected to the further page where there are options, that is uploading link, deleting link and adding description. Activity diagram for admin. Admin will also have to create an account or register with the application. Once the admin has registered, he can log into the system. During times of crisis or some issues, the admin can manage the links. The activity diagram mostly remains same, except for the admin cannot add description, as he might not be aware of what the teacher has taught in the class. The sequence diagram. UML sequence diagrams are interaction diagrams that detail how operations are carried out. They capture the interaction between objects in the context of collaboration. Sequence diagrams are time focused and they show the order of interaction visually by using, and hence they give quite a lot of information by using vertical axis of diagram to represent time and at what message to represent the time at what messages are sent and when the messages are sent. Link management systems sequence diagram. Here teacher first registers the system, then responds, then the teacher adds or deletes the link. Same happens when the students want an access to the links. The system sends a request to the database. The interface is then sent to the system, and the system also stores the links in the database, whereas if there are any changes such as deleting the links, the system does the same. The class diagram. A class diagram in UML is a type of static structure diagram that describes the structure of a system by showing the system's classes, their attributes, operations, and the relationships among objects. Purposes of a class diagram. It shows static structure of classifiers in a system. Diagram provides a basic notation for other structure diagrams prescribed by UML. Helpful for developers and other team members too. Business analysts can use class diagrams to model systems from a business perspective. Here is the class diagram for LMS, that is link management system. We have administrator, the student, teachers, which is derived from staff, and then subject. We have also written the different types of methods associated with each class. Admin has methods such as add, deleted. It same goes with teacher, whereas student has just one method of weaving the links. Recorded class. Recorded class link has attributes such as string and description, such as link and the description. Um, Now let's take a look at the test cases for LMS. The test cases are as follows. Registration of teacher. A teacher should be able to register himself or herself with the system. The steps will be as follows. The teacher should select the option of a teacher on the home page. The teacher should enter his or her details and should create a password for future logins. The expected result. A page displaying that the registration is successful. The next test case for teacher is login. The first step remains the same, that is the teacher should select the option of teacher on the home page. The teacher should enter his or her details and should be able to log into the system. Precondition is that the teacher should already have registered with the system, whereas the expected result will be a page displaying that the login is successful. The third test case for teacher is adding, editing and modifying links. The steps remain the same, but after logging in, the teacher should add the appropriate links with the description. The precondition remains that the teacher should have already logged into the system. Expected result is a page displaying that the desired operation is successful. Test case for system administrator remains the same, except that the system administrator cannot add description for the links. Test case for student is just one. A student should be able to view the links and should also be able to access the content. The student should select the option of student on the home page and the student should open the portal and check if any new links have been added. Expected result will be a page displaying all the links. The conclusion. From this presentation, we come to the conclusion that the object-oriented approach to software development is quite convenient while designing an application before coding it. This approach helps us to list down all the requirements we expect from the application and also inputs which are needed to be fed into the application. Thank you. Now we are going to show the demonstration of the actual working application.
Hello everyone, my name is Varun and let me take you through the link management system. To build this platform, we have used EJSR as front end for the front end, and for the back end we have used Node and Express to build the APIs and NoSQL database, that is MongoDB, for the retrieving data from the database. So let me take you through the homepage of our system. The platform asks whether you are a student or a teacher. Let me sign up as a teacher now. This is our login form where the teacher needs to enter his or her credentials to log in into the platform. Let us sign up for the new teacher. The teacher needs to enter her name and the email ID and the password. As we can see that the database, the user is already existing in the database. then we can directly log in into the system rather than registering into the system. Let us make a new account to log in. As we can see that login is signed up successfully, and now we can log in into the platform using the same credentials. This is our platform where the teacher can add the link and then the students can see the link. Now my friend Gangadhar will take you through the whole dashboard.
As you have seen, the user is new. He has not created any links for the dashboard. So he can upload the links. The teacher can upload the links using this form. So they can add the link here. Let us say uh, some some random link, and you can add the description for that. Like this is the YouTube video. So they can add also the course name, which course they are taking. So we can add as USP, and then the date of the class when it is held. So we can say that it is yesterday, that, uh, 26th, and then the department as computer science. So the semester will be 5th. Once it when the add link button is clicked, the link will be added, and the database will be gets updated. We can see that the link is uploaded on the database as well. Once the link is uploaded on the database, it will redirect to the database, connect to the database, and it will fetch the link and refresh the dashboard page. So we can add several number of links. So let us say this is textbook, and the course is, let us say, networking. Date will be today's date, and then department will be information technology, and semester is 5th. Once the add button is clicked, the link will be added to the dashboard. And teachers can add several number of links to the dashboard. A student wants to view the links, there is no need to log in and sign up. No credentials for students. They can directly see all the links, and if and they can access only if they have the authorization for it, because the links will be of Drive or any other third party software. So they need the third party credentials, not for the link management systems credentials. So we can see how the links are seen by the students. Let us add one more link to get some good UI. Let us say yahoo.com, and we'll say this is Yahoo, and the course will be let us say I'm adding random courses. Today's date, and information electronic communication, the semester will be 5th. Once the add link is clicked, the link will be added to the database. So let us say how the portal will be uh, seen for students. Let's refresh our page. It will take you to the home page, and once we click on the student as we can continue as a student, and once we press the continue button, we can see the links which we have added to the database. These are the links. It will show you the course name and the description of the link, and it will show you the date of the that class. And once we click on the open link, it will redirect to the third party application, and it will ask you for the authentication if required. Otherwise it will directly show you the video. If I click on this open link, it will redirect to the uh, what link we have included in that. we can come back, and if you want to open another video, we can open it like this by opening the link. You can see these links are opening in the third party application. If required, we can add the credentials for it, and the credentials will be for only third party application, not for the link management system application.
So the links can be visible to all the GIT students since we all have git.edu accounts. If we are logged in with the same account, all the links will be open to their drive, and everybody it will be visible. So this is how our platform functions, and it is very easy for the students to manage all the links of the recorded classes, and which will not create a much of chaos. Thank you.